Hey everybody, it's Amy Heller, and this month for our project sheet we're going to be looking at our Puffy stickers along with a variety of papers from our newest collections as well as one of our fun basic lines, Oh My Stars. Here I'm trimming down what's going to be the little perimeter border for my white cardstock, and it's a horizontal stripe, but then I'm going to use the extras to create a vertical stripe around the entire perimeter of my white cardstock. You see how it's horizontal at the top and it doesn't show the stripes through. So what I decided I wanted to do is take that little extra piece down there and create more border to make it vertical stripes all the way around. Now you could do this by just simply adding a 1/2 inch border around the perimeter. I chose to just use the whole piece of paper. But you can see here now, once I place my white cardstock on top, how using the vertical lines really aims the eye towards the center of that white cardstock. Now I'm trimming out some little strips of paper that coordinate with my background stripe. I'm choosing some black and white in addition to some of the stars from the Oh My Stars 6x8 inch paper pad. The other papers are from Popsicles and Pandas, and then Make Your Mark. The big blue dot is from Make Your Mark. The black and white stripe is from Popsicles and Pandas, and then the white with the little hand painted black dots is from Make Your Mark. So now that I have my basic mat for my photo complete, I'm going to start doing some of the title work. I know I want to focus on a 5 because my son is in this picture moving up to grade 5. So I'm using the really cute teal 5 from Bright and Brave, Illustrated Face Bright and Brave, but the 5 wasn't going to pop off of the photo that I wanted, so I used a 1.5 inch circle punch to punch out a white circle of cardstock, and then I started using the Puffy Alpha stickers to create the rest of my title work. You can see I'm playing with the different colors. A lot of times I'll start out with white, and as you'll see soon, that changes. I really wanted to make the title on the photo, and then I was wanting to add a lot of stars to this. So here I started adding stars to the side. I added a whole bunch of colors of stars. Then I placed this black star on the 5 and added some blue stars around the 5th. And I started deciding, I really want these these stars to stick with the colors that they're related to. So I started taking the colored stars off the white cardstock, adding them to the little strips on the left side of the photo, and then I decided after looking at it that the white just wasn't working for my title. It just wasn't legible enough, and then I had this space at the top, so I decided to change my title, and then it wasn't lined up, so I ended up removing all of the stickers, which, just as information for you, I had this directly on my photo, which I printed at home and took the stickers up and off of it, and it did not tear my photo. It did not do anything detrimental to my photo. So now I'm adding black stars around my title work, and it's really bringing the eye towards the title. And then I'm taking these white stars, and I like the way that the white stars look on the white because it adds interest without causing distraction too much. So I'm adding my colorful stars where my color in my paper is and putting the white stars over on the side. Here I'm just trying to shape things up before I add my journaling. I know there's something missing over here on this right side, but I'm not quite sure yet. So now I've printed out my journaling. You can of course write directly on your layouts. I like to print mine out and do them in strips so that I can lay them wherever the layout seems to need space fillers. That's one of the reasons why I like the strips, because you can lay them out to fill the space however you want, and it gives you a lot of flexibility. Okay, so I have it in kind of where I'm thinking I want my journaling to be. So I'm going to adhere these with some glue, and that's going to kind of wrap everything up as far as what my basic layout looks like. I know I have this hole over here on the right side, so I decided to reach for my tabbies. These tabbies come from Oh My Stars. The yellow one is from Alex, and this teal one is from Bright and Brave. So we have a couple pieces from Bright and Brave. I want these tabbies to act like an arrow, helping to point the eye towards the photo. So I've layered several of them up, and the black one is on top, and it's the deepest one, so it points over towards that photo. Okay, so now that I have the right side taken care of, I feel like there's something missing on the top left over here. I've looked at a couple different options. I like the blue with the stars, so I'm adding that tabby to the left, and then I'm adding a couple more tabbies, and I've added a few more of the white stars to kind of triangulate again the motion going into the photo. I've layered a couple more tabbies in there to add some more yellow into the main space of my layout, and now I'm just adding my date stamp. The last thing I do, and of course this is optional, but I like to add the final little texture by doing some machine stitching in various locations around my page. It's gonna do it for our May project sheet video. I hope you give it a try and have a wonderful start to your summer.